Is she in cahoots with our ancestors? Because if Annabelle was literally spiritually tied to the fire of the plantation home, wouldn't she be considered a justice seeker for evil things? So were you lied to all these years?
Here Click World TV fam, YouTube gang. Let's delve into the case of Nottoway Plantation being burnt down and the Annabelle doll being on a tour which I thought was for singers and entertainers of the like. Is there a connection? Many are speculating the Most High, Holy Spirit guides explained to me this way. The Annabelle doll is, for lack of better terms, possessed by a spirit, maybe a black female folk, most likely. These acts, of course, are accomplished through demonic means. How does this parallel or mirror the Nottoway Hotel? As I said, Spirit told me that in the same way, how a spirit was tied to the Annabelle doll is the same way. Through witchcraft, the lost souls, or for lack of better terms, the slaves who worked and died on the famous Nottoway Plantation, were tied to the plantation. The doll being brought to Louisiana, which somehow freed her spirit, which might even be the reason for a tour. The free spirit somehow connected with the trapped souls of Nottoway Plantation, and hence through this fire have freed the trapped them. The energy harnessed from these souls through witchcraft. Don't forget that part was what brought major success to this plantation, which by its look and opulence was in the upper echelon. How was this achieved? Through the said slaves who were resident, or for better terms, brought to the plantation. Nottoway Plantation most likely was home to a very powerful priest, or for more familiar terms, a voodoo priest who was able to trap these souls and tie them to the plantation for success and energy. Think in terms of everything is energy. That is only my point of view and opinion as spoken through the spirit. Like, share, leave your thoughts on this in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I will play some videos on these topics I discussed. These information in these following videos are not fact-checked, so do your own research.
I don't find it more than a coincidence that when they finally decide to bring this evil, demonic, ill-possessing, just Satan, I don't even know what the hell, y'all decided to bring evil, literally pure evil, to Louisiana, that in the same week 10 murderers escape from jail, prison, and a plantation house gets burnt to the ground. A plantation house that has been there since 1850s, y'all. It ain't no way that this is just a coincidence. It's no way. I know this is going to sound crazy because a lot of people don't believe in the demonic, spiritual, two-realm world. They don't believe in that. But if this ain't clear proof, then I don't know what is. I don't mean to tell me out of anybody that could have escaped anywhere in the world, 10 murderers escaped from prison in the same place that they brought this doll. In that same week, if not a few days later, a house that's been standing for over 1,000 years burns to the ground. And the firefighters have no idea what caused the fire. Come on now, y'all, don't be naive. This is real life, actually scary as hell, because I know, again, like I said, some people don't believe in this shit, but I definitely do. And I just feel like shit like this don't happen on a regular. Mind y'all, this is Louisiana, the home of voodoo, the home of all the spiritualistic, realistic, ritual shit. Come on now. It's really going to put the icing on the cake is, I don't know if y'all heard the story about the older black lady from down there that was trying to, like, you know, I guess cleanse Annabelle of her evil, and I don't even know. I feel crazy even speaking on it because, like, I really believe in that shit. I guess she was, like, trying to cleanse her, do like a exorcise. I don't even know what to really call it, but in the Warrens documentary explaining and talking about Annabelle, they made it very clear not to ever challenge her, not to ever, you know, try to do anything like that. This is something that is just going to contain its evil, and as long as it's put away and not bothered and not messed with, and it's where how they left it, that it should be cool. And that lady quite literally challenged Annabelle 10 times more than what she, y'all, I'm just telling y'all, if something happens to that lady, it's game over. We know what's really going on. And then I understand that they saying that this was funded by the Warrens or something like that, but this whole tour that they're taking her on,
Go to hell, Annabelle. Go to hell, Annabelle. Don't you come to New Orleans with that no more. I put my holy water down on you. I rebuke you in the name of New Orleans voodoo, Annabelle. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. Oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all not gonna believe this. This little Annabelle, that little wicked, evil, demonic doll, that thing is here in New Orleans and it's right next door to my voodoo shop. Of all places, this little crazy doll has to come here. Now check this out. You see this right here? This is my shop, the Voodoo Bone Lady Voodoo Shop. You see that van right there? That's the van that little devil doll is riding in. Right there. Oh my goodness. But let me tell you something, baby. All kind of stuff been happening up in here today, and I'm getting ready to show you right now. Click follow and keep watching. When I tell you this is weird, this is getting weird. It is 80-something degrees outside in New Orleans today, and it is ice cold in this shop. As soon as they brought Annabelle next door, temperature drops. I'm putting on 2 hoodies. Did you hear what I said? 2 hoodies in May in New Orleans. It's 80-something degrees outside. Oh my gosh, I told y'all all kind of crazy stuff was happening. Look, the lights are flickering. This has been happening on and off ever since they brought that demon doll next door. Oh my gosh. Click follow and keep watching. So you just came out of there with Annabelle. What kind of things did you see and experience?
He was talking about the first time he met Annabelle, and he got there and bent in front of her, and her arm moved, and a piece of her hair kicked up, and I'm pretty sure that I have it, so I'm excited to share it.
Oh my gosh. Now you just come out of there with Annabelle. What happened with you?
I don't really know. I can't even comprehend it.
What? It done wiped your mind clean like a hard drive?
I really don't know. I've never had an experience like that before.
Oh my goodness. Click share and keep watching. Hold up, wait. Do you see this? Do you see this crack in my mirror? This was not here before. That little Annabelle have broken my mirror. And now she done made me mad. Annabelle, you got to go. Annabelle, go to hell. You done ran into the Voodoo Bone Lady now, and you done met your match. Look, everybody, they taking it out of here now. They got... Go away, Annabelle. Go away, Annabelle. Go to hell, Annabelle.
We need to take the doll out of that case, grab it, and put it in. Just close it up fast. Close it up. That's good. That's good. That's all right. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
So apparently the Annabelle doll is on tour now. Like the actual haunted doll. The one from the movies. The movies that were based on a true story. On a press tour. For what? Merchandise? But do you know what's crazy? Lorraine Warren, the woman who literally owned her, once said Annabelle should never be moved. Like not even an inch. And now she's in a travel case, getting wheeled around like a damn horror mascot. Are you serious? The Warrens kept that doll locked in a glass case with the warning, positively do not open, plastered right across it. They had priests come and bless the room weekly. Ed Warren claimed that the doll was possessed, not haunted, possessed. Said a guy mocked Annabelle one time and died in a motorcycle crash on the way home. But now she's on tour like she just dropped an album. This means one of 2 things to me. They're either totally ignoring their own warnings for clout, or it was all just a gimmick from the start. And now they're just milking the shit out of this legend dry. Either way, it's reckless, disrespectful, and dumb as hell. If this thing really is cursed, don't come crying when weird stuff starts happening in every city she stops in. Annabelle doesn't need a tour bus. She needs a freaking exorcist. Damn it, man.
I don't know about y'all For You page, but my For You page has been saying that gingers are black. Okay, now with that being said, y'all see this picture, right? Y'all see that? Now, Annabelle is a ginger, and they just moved her to Louisiana. And they said that building, that plantation, been up for almost 200 years. Ain't budged. Now, all of a sudden, Miss Redhead get there, and we saying that, redheads are black, they have melanin in their hair and their freckles. Okay, cool. But is she in cahoots with our ancestors? Like, what is it? They moved her to Louisiana. Her spirits is very strong. Y'all seen that lady with the trampoline, whatever. And for this plantation to be burned down and she just came into effect into Louisiana. It's crazy. I don't know. Call me a conspiracy theory, whatever. I don't care. Call me that. Because this is crazy. This building ain't been touched in almost 200 years. And for Miss Annabelle to come to Louisiana, they transport her. And then the same week, this plantation burns down. This is one of the largest plantations from what I did my research on. Because I'm like, how did this happen? It's still not showing me how the fire went down. Who started the fire? What started the fire? How did this happen?
Call it a coincidence, call it whatever you want. Annabelle, one of the most haunted and demonic things on this planet, is on tour. And it was just in New Orleans, Louisiana. And you won't believe what happened. That, my friends, was the Nottoway Plantation. And it was one of the largest remaining antebellum plantation homes in the U.S. And it's located in Louisiana. And it happened on the 15th, which was the day after Annabelle left. Now, the fire is believed to have started in the attic area of the mansion's central section. Weird. And no injuries are reported, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation by local fire officials. You have to understand something about this doll. It's evil. Now, if you want to know the power of this doll, listen to this story. Ed Warren and his wife, who were paranormal investigators, actually bring this doll back to their home. And at one point, a young priest came over and picked Annabelle up, told her that it was just a doll that couldn't do anything, and tossed it back in the chair. Now, on his way home, his brakes failed at a busy intersection, and he was in a terrible collision that was near fatal and totaled the car. That's the power of this doll. Now, the reason why they call this doll Annabelle is because one of the first mediums to touch this thing said that it was possessed by a young girl named Annabelle. But they later found out that it was possessed by a very, very powerful demonic entity. So why they're touring this thing, I have no clue. But I find it very interesting that one of the most historical spots in Louisiana burned to the ground. Usually these places are protected, so that doesn't happen. But the attic, and they still don't know the cause? There's your cause. Whether you believe it or not, I think this thing's more powerful than people think.
The real Annabelle doll is on tour, and people are not going for it. Now let's talk about it. Now I'm sure we are all familiar with Annabelle from the Conjuring franchise, and yes, she is a real life doll, and in real life she is a Raggedy Ann doll, not a porcelain doll. She's been in Ed and Lorraine Warren's occult museum for years in this glass-contained box that was specifically built to keep her in there forever. The box is literally prayed over every week. It is covered in scriptures. Like, they wanted this doll to be contained. But since Ed and Lorraine Warren aren't here with us anymore, they thought it would be fun to take her on a world tour to basically different haunted locations across the states. Even after Ed and Lorraine has stated several times to never move this doll. But one of her first stops was at this Virginia State Penitentiary that is known to be very haunted. And this was their first time bringing haunted artifacts in the Virginia State Penitentiary. It's already alleged to have a lot of paranormal activity going on. So you're just gonna bring more paranormal stuff to a paranormal place? I don't get it. Then she visited New Orleans. Now all this stuff going on. Some prisoners done broke out. The Nottoway Plantation done burnt down. I'm telling y'all, it's Annabelle. She doing it. And now they just recently slowly transported her to San Antonio, Texas. Some type of psychic festival. And this is like the farthest and like longest she's ever been. Like she's traveled in over a decade. And I know some people are like, Ed and Lorraine used to travel with her. Yeah, they were expert demonologists. They would take her to some places just to show the importance of like, that this stuff is real. And to warn people of the dangers of the occult and paranormal world. But they just trying to make a quick buck because there's actually people going to visit this. Now, when y'all go home and a bunch of weird stuff start happening, that's going to be y'all fault. Now, it's said that the doll is handled by a man named Daniel Rivera. He wears gloves with crosses on them with saint medals in the fingertips. And it's said that he built a new case for her that is better suited for her to move around. So that means they had to take her out of the box that say positively do not open and put her in a new box. But Child Rivera said he added extra protective measures, including cutting out crosses on 3 sides, representing the Catholic Holy Trinity. Also using different holy waters and while praying at the same time.
Lorraine Warren told you all not to move the Annabelle doll. She said don't move her. Leave her where she is. But it's 2025. We like to fuck around and find out. So what do? We take Annabelle on a world tour. Okay, we're just moving her all over the place. They sent her to New Orleans. The day they take the doll there, the day Annabelle arrived in New Orleans, an historical plantation burns to the ground. Burns to the ground. They literally had the fire out at one point and it reignited itself. If that's not the ancestors speaking their truth. Anyway, then 10 or 11 convicts escape a prison. Okay? There are 10 convicts, some convicted of unaliving people on the loose in New Orleans. Actually, I think they've caught 2 of them now, so 8. 8. And they're saying that they escaped because they were helped by someone within the prison staff. So Annabelle gets there, plantation burns down, and the prison staff is helping unalivers out of the prison. Leave the doll alone. Leave her alone. Why do we have to fuck around and find out the hard way?
Do you know people are even questioning if Annabelle is an evil doll or we've been lied to all these years? Because a lot of people are saying Ellen Rain has been con artist and been lying for years just to capitalize. And they are trying to connect Annabelle when she was on tour before she left Louisiana, that her spirit being in Louisiana caused the fire of the Nottoway Plantation that burnt down, that was built by slaves. So now people, it's actually a thing where they're saying, well, the people that found the Annabelle doll that were nurses, were they evil nurses? Were they doing bad to children? And that's why bad started to hunt them. Was Annabelle even evil? Or she was just a justice seeker? Because evil can't fight evil. Evil only grows on evil. So if Annabelle was really evil and she caused this fire, it doesn't add up for a lot of people. Because if Annabelle was literally spiritually tied to the fire of the plantation home, wouldn't she be considered a justice seeker for evil things? So were you lied to all these years? But just in case, I did cover her eyes so you guys don't have to look her in the eyes, because you know what I mean, I don't play with stuff like that. I'm just reporting the news. That lady got on here and told y'all that gingers were black, and all of us black folks thought that she was joking. She was dead ass serious. And her explanation is because gingers have black ancestors that they are black. Mind you, there are so many white people that have black ancestors. Everybody on planet Earth has black ancestors because life started on the continent of Africa. So by that standard, everybody would be black, but everybody is not black. Somebody said that gingers are the black people of the white race. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? Stop getting on here joking with them. Mind you, all us black folks thinking she joking, she is dead ass serious. She done made 2, maybe 3 videos explaining how gingers are black. And the reasoning is because they have a black ancestor. Sister, that don't make you black, and you should know that.
I just need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers. Why gingers are black? A lot of y'all Irish people were right beside black people on the plantation. Okay? FYI. But all of y'all are descendants of a Haitian deity named Brigitte Samedi. That's why all gingers are black.
Gingers essentially are red velvet cake, okay? And what is red velvet cake? Red velvet cake is chocolate cake with red dye and cream cheese frosting.
Now that redheads are black, we got new rules for y'all white people, okay? No more saying the word ginger. Only black people can say the word ginger. And if you say it with a hard R, it's immediate prison.
So I woke up today and apparently gingers are black now. And do I like it? Yeah, it's good. I've been scrolling the videos and, you know, I'm taking in all the information. And
or shall I say, black. Listen, I did not know that they was treating y'all like this, baby, but welcome. Welcome to the community. I love this for y'all. Few things I need y'all to know. I need y'all to know the ER, the hard ER, done. Don't let them call you that no more. You are gingers. You hear me? Gingers, okay? No more ginger, all right? Next, we don't let them touch our hair. That beautiful, gorgeous hair of yours, somebody try to touch it, back the hell up. Don't touch our hair. We don't do that, all right? Next, y'all want y'all invite to the cookout. Y'all got it, baby. But let's ease on in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to cook nothing. Bring stuff, you know, that's like forks, plates, cups, foil.
This is absolutely crazy. They moved Annabelle to West Virginia State Penitentiary. Keep in mind, this is no longer an active prison. It's a tourist attraction known for its paranormal activity. And they're like, let's bring the scariest thing we got on deck to this place. There was 90 executions and hundreds of inmate deaths at this penitentiary. They've been opening up her case, which you're not supposed to open, and letting people interact with Annabelle. 2025 is about to get a whole lot crazier. When I say this is a hotspot, I don't mean that lightly. If you go there, you can expect to hear voices, see shadows, see objects move. If there's any ghosts in this world, it's definitely at this penitentiary. They say they did this for psychic research, but I honestly think it's because they're so desperate to sell movie tickets, and we all know The Conjuring's gonna come out soon. They're like, what's the craziest thing we've got? And Annabelle was it. This is all PR for their movie. They say they have safety measures in place, but if it's not Ed and Lorraine, you guys are absolutely screwed.
Except that this doll was used in communication, almost like having a seance. A nurse had received the doll 1971. They were on the same shift, and so they worked together, they lived together, they shared the expenses. And one morning she got this idea to bring the doll from the bedroom into the kitchen where they were having breakfast, and she put it in a chair. They're talking to the doll, and the arms of the doll are on the chair like this. Suddenly they went up and onto the table. Now this didn't frighten them. This intrigued them, to the extent that the one nurse said to the other one of the nurses knows a medium. Let's ask her about this. I'll bet you there's a spirit in that doll. That's what they did. Things would happen in their house, what we refer to as infestation. There'd be knocking sounds. They'd see flashing lights in their bedroom at night, shooting across the room. The bed would shake a little bit. It would get icy cold. They'd hear whispering, which we call magic whispering. They'd leave the doll in the bedroom. They'd come home after midnight, put the key in the door, unlock the door, and who do you think is standing there? The Raggedy Ann doll.
Standing there.
Now, that doll has flimsy legs.
Yeah.
If you try to stand it up, you can't. But I've seen that doll stand. I've seen a lot of things happen around that doll. Well, this still didn't scare them. But one of the fiancés of one of the girls was against all of this. He said, burn the doll, throw it away, get rid of it. It's evil. Well, he falls asleep one afternoon, a Saturday, and the doll is in a chair not far from him, and the girls are cleaning up the apartment. He wakes up with a start. He said, my God, what a nightmare. He said, I dreamt that that doll was strangling me. He had marks on his throat. Was it psychosomatic? Well, let's see. He gets up, he looks at the doll in the chair, picks it up, and throws it right across the room. You're nothing but a rag doll. You couldn't hurt anyone. With that, Tony, 7 psychic slashes appear on his body. Wow. Now, we've seen these kind of slashes. We've filmed them. These slashes come from nowheres. The blood came right through his shirt. The nurses witnessed this. Then, a huge chair rolled across the room. Pictures on the walls came off, started smashing and breaking. Loud pounding sounds. Now they were all frightened. They called the High Episcopal Canon in Hartford, Connecticut. He called Father Richard Nolan, an exorcist, and Father Nolan called.
Once the final stop is made in Kentucky, the grid from the Grim Wall will be complete. What comes through after that won't be some huge monster or Godzilla. It'll be something silent, something unseen and unheard. Will do more devastation than any monster you could ever imagine. Most people won't even notice it.
So I keep getting asked about my thoughts and feelings on the Louisiana plantation burning, and I got to be very clear when I say this. 2025 is the year of 9. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is the year of Oya. Oya is the Orisha that is most commonly known for her serious transformations and changes that she brings. She is also known for hurricanes and great winds. But a lot of people don't realize that Oya is also the keeper, the guardian of the ancestors, the Egun, right? We have to be clear when it comes to this year of 9. This is the ancestors' year. This is the year that the ancestors will return and show who they are and how they really work. Therefore, if you've been practicing your ancestor veneration, if you've been honoring the ancestors and showing respect and reverence for them, you will reap the rewards of the seeds that you have sown. But if you've been disrespecting the ancestors, especially in a way where you are capitalizing on their trauma, you will reap the consequences of the seeds that you have sown. The ancestors will show you who they are in this year of 9. And may everyone be blessed with the ancestral experience that they deserve.